Good morning, dear children, class 10ers. Today I am here to explain about this, the second problem of nested if. I have a habit of solving all the previous ICSE questions. I had picked up ICSE 2017 question. Okay, in the previous class we have done, and this class. Let me explain the question first. Afterwards, I will get into the programming part of it. Is this clear, boys and girls? Here I go. Define a class called as electric bill. They themselves will give you the class name. What the class name is called as electric bill with the following specifications. What the specification is? Class name is called as electric bill. Class name is called as electric bill. Now there are two components of a class. You guys know there are three data members are there. The first one is called as N, where you are going to store the name of the consumer this is, okay, customer or consumer. The next one is called as how many units you have consumed. What does this program basically do? It is going to create an electricity bill based on the given condition. And these are all the three inputs. I repeat again, three inputs. You have to input the name of the customer, you have to input number of units consumed. Only two inputs are there. Once if you give number of units based on the given condition, you are going to calculate the following. Three variables are there. This is where BILL is the variable where you will be using your output. Output will be stored in BILL. So first customer name and the units are the two inputs. Based on these two inputs, you are going to calculate the bill amount which will be stored in bill. The three variables are there. The first one, because customer name consists of alphabets, that's the reason I gave string. Now how many units do you consume? Maybe 150, 200, 189, 638. So it's all in terms of integer. And third one is, you may get the rupees and the paise column. A number with a decimal point is called as float or double. Because we want to give the precise value, I give double precision. So there are three data members are there and three member functions. What the first function is called as accept. The second function is called as calculate. And third function is called as print. Okay. So there are three methods are there. I repeat again, three data members and three member functions are there. Okay, three data members and the three member functions are there. Okay. Here I go. Yeah. Please have a look. Accept. To accept the name of the customer and number of units consumed. The next one is called as calculate the bill as per the following tariff. What the tariff is? If you use first 100 units, if you use less than 100 units, 100 or less than 100 units, you will be charged 2 rupees per unit. 2 rupees per unit. For example, if I use 180 units, for first 100 units 2 rupees, first 100 units 2 rupees, so 180 minus 100 will be how much? Rest of the 80 units, next 200 units, I repeat again, for first 100 units is 2 rupees. For next 200 means what is that? 100 plus 200 will be how much? So from 101 to 300 units. I repeat again, first 100 units is 2 rupees. For next 200 units, 100 plus 200 will be 300. So above 100 units and less than or equal to 300 units, what happens is 3 rupees per unit. Lesser you use, lesser the charge. More you use, more the charge. That's the methodology that they adopt. If it is above 300 units, you will be charged 5 rupees per unit. Right? Now a surcharge of 2.5%, okay, if it is above 300 units. If it is above 300 units. A surcharge will be given to you if you use more than 500 units. Okay, more than about 300 units, you will be charged 2.5% as a surcharge. Now here I wanted to teach you, boys and girls. And I repeat again, 3 data members and 3 member functions. What the first function is? Accept. Second function is calculate. Third function is print. They give you the variable name, you have to use ditto. They give you the method name, you also need to use. Write a main method to create an object of the class and call the above functions. You have to call this function, and this function. Yeah? Now, this is where I am going to do the now. This is what the given question is. Now, please have a look. I don't know whether you will be able to see or not. This is the problem with the Blue Jay. Let me better copy it. The whole lot, let me copy it in the Now, let me type the program as it is, boys and girls. What I am going to do is, I am going to program to calculate what? Program to calculate electricity bill. Right, this is what the function is. Because I have to input what? Well, listen here, boys and girls. Here I am typing the program by myself. As you all know, this is the what I am going to do, a program to calculate the electricity bill. Why do I use this import the java.utility.scanner? Here there is a semicolon. Here there has to be a semicolon. Right? There has to be a semicolon because I am going to use the scanner class here. That's the reason I am importing, which is part of your utility package. Right? Here what the class name is called as, it's not a normal class. If you don't write anything, it's understood it's a private class. But I deliberately say just before the class, a keyword class, I write public, which becomes a public class. What is the class name they given in the question? Electric, E-L-E-C-T-R-I. One extra. Here is a L is not there. Electric bill. What do I do is, these are the three variables they are given in the question itself. I am writing. This is the name of the customer, this is number of units, and this is your bill amount. Now the first method, what are they asking? They are asking you to input the name. Why do I use next L line? Next line means line input. Whenever you deal with the string, you have to use either next or next line. Please note N is a string. Already what I will declare N as a string, so you have to use next or next line. Look at here, what do I do is next variable is units, which is an integer. There's a reason next integer. Please note I is an uppercase, L is an uppercase. So I input the name of the customer, and I input number of units consumed. Okay, this is the first method, is over. What the next method is? The next method I do out here. The next method is called this calculate. What do they do is? Public void. You have a method called as what? Calculate. What do they do it? They calculate the number of units. If units is less than or equal to 100. What is the cost is? Bill amount will be, what is the bill amount is? Number of units into 2 rupees, right? Else, if units is less than or equal to, next 200 units means 100 plus 200 will be 300. What the bill amount is? What is the bill amount is? Bill amount will be, first 100 units 200 rupees plus units minus 100 into 3 rupees. What the next question is? 3 rupees. Else, what is the bill amount will be? Bill amount will be 200 plus 300 plus Before I go boys and girls, let me explain to you. If it is less than or equal to 100 units, for example, if I use 50 units, how many units do they consume? 50 units. Yes, 50. If the computer will ask you the number of units, you give how much you give? 50. Name of the person is, for example, name of the person is Amar. Then it will ask you the 50 units you use it. Is 50 is less than or equal to 100? Yes, it comes here. 50 into 2 would be how much? 52s are 100 rupees. It comes out. You don't check. You don't check straight away. You come here and you print it. Print the customer name, which is Amar, number of units 50. Then 50 into 2 will be, computer will calculate, and bill amount will be 100. This is the first scenario. This is the first case. Okay, here I do the second case. What the second case would be? The second case is, what is that called as? This is the first case, right? Here is the second case. I am using Arpan. Computer will ask you the next set of input I am giving. Name of the person, I give Arpan. How many units did I use it? Let's say I used 170 units. Is 170 is less than? Is 170 is less than 100? No. Is the 170, how much did I give? 170. Is 170 is less than 100? No, it comes here. Is 170 is less than 300? Yes. How did I get this 200 rupees? For first 100 units, how much? 2 rupees. So 2 into 100 will be 200 rupees. That's what I added here. Plus, how many units put together? You have 170. 170 minus 100 will be how much? 70 rupees. 70 units. 70 into 3 rupees. 7 3s are 21. 210 rupees. I repeat again. This is 200 rupees plus 210. 200 plus 210 will be 410. It comes here. It will print the name of the customer, which is Arpan. Then units consumed 170, and bill amount will be how much is that? 200 plus 210 will be 410 will print. Now third scenario I will give you. Third set of input I will give you. Okay. First Amar, Arpan, then Anjali. Computer will ask you the name of the person which I give. Here I will ask you number of units consumed. I will say 500 units I consumed. Is 500 is less than 100? No. Is 500 is less than 300? No. It comes here. First 100 units, how much is that? 200. 2 rupees, no? 2 into 100 will be 200 rupees. For next 200 units, each unit is 3 rupees. 2 into 3 is how much? 200 into 3 will be 600 rupees. So how many units did I use put together? 500. 500 minus 300, because this is 100 units, this is 200 units. 100 plus 200 will be 300 units I am subtracting. So 500 minus 300 will be how much? 200 units. 200 into 5 rupees will be 1000 rupees. So 1000 plus 600 plus 200. So 1800 will come. Now if you use more than 300 rupees, you have to pay 2.5% of surcharge. Computer will calculate. Whatever may be that, say 200 plus 600 is 800, 800 plus 1000 is 1800. 2.5% it will calculate, that becomes surcharge, bill amount plus surcharge it will be adding. Okay, then you come and print all of them. How will I do this? You have been told to write even the main method. I am just writing 2 statements. Okay, what I am doing is public static void main. I am writing a main method. I create an object. What is the class name is called as electric bill. Electric bill obj is equal to new obj dot. What is the first method is? First method is you have a accept obj dot accept. Boys and girls, I repeat again. This I am opening this. See, look at here. I am opening and closing here. This is a method called as accept. This is the method called as calculate. This is the method called as print. This is a method called as main method. I create an object called as obj. With the help of obj, object will allow you to navigate. From here it goes to accept. It will ask you the name and the number of units. Once it is over, it will come back. Again from here, where you will go? You will go to calculate. It will calculate the whatever the number of value you give, first or second or third, it will calculate. After calculating, it will come back here. Again it will go here, calculate and show the output. I repeat again, main method, you create an object, obj. This object will let you know to go from main method to accept, fall back. From main method to calculate, again fall back. From main method to print, again fall back. Means first it will ask you the name of the customer and the number of units. It will calculate the bill amount and it will print the bill. That's all. And this is where end of this. Please see to that, boys and girls. Whenever you write every method should have a pair of braces. First method, second method, third method. Here is the fourth method. From fourth method you settle to accept, calculate and print. Okay, here is an example. Next class 2000 some other ICSE question I will do it. Just copy down this. Pause this video, copy down. Okay, you execute it, you will get the output.